Well, if you're a WhatsApp user, you would have been a part of millions across the world to experience an outage of the service earlier on this morning. Meta, which owns the instant messaging app, has since resolved the problem and apologized to its customers. Users taking to social media platforms to vent about their frustrations, one of those being Twitter. A tech expert, Faizel Patel, joins us for more on this. Faizel, good evening to you. Thanks for your time. It's certainly not the first time that we've experienced these blackouts, if I can describe it as that, from WhatsApp. What's really at the heart of it?
Good evening to you, Kathy, and good evening to the viewers. Yeah, this is not the first time that we had an outage. Remember, as you mentioned in your introduction, that Meta owns WhatsApp and Instagram as well. The last outage that we've seen was in 2021, and this lasted for several hours, just not about an hour or two. And then the company at that time said it had been caused by incorrect configuration change to its routers. And then the massive Facebook outage also at that time cut off around 3 billion users from communications and commerce. So a lot of people do businesses on these platforms, and WhatsApp as well. You get WhatsApp for business. We as journalists get press releases from the different departments in government, including the presidency. So we were cut off from all these communications, and it was really a nightmare, which began early this morning. And my shift at the newspaper starts at around 5 o'clock. So you can imagine the disarray that, and obviously the overwhelming fear that we had, that we're not being able to get messages on time.
It's very easy for people to look at WhatsApp and think of it as a free service, but we know that, of course, that the platform has found ways of monetizing its existence, including, like you're saying, the diversification from just offering services to individuals to businesses. So the implications of an outage like that go far beyond just the fact that family and friends aren't able to check up on each other.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I mentioned, this morning early, there were press statements that were forthcoming. I tried sending messages to different communications departments of government, and I couldn't get through. And that's a real issue, especially when you're trying to break certain news. There was things that happened last night. So that's from a news perspective. From a business perspective, remember that sometimes businesses send out their specials early, whether it's food outlets or whether it's places like the online services or online retail stores. They send out services if you ascribe to a group. So, I mean, the implications have been just, phenomenal. And obviously very, very sad indeed, obviously for those people that lost out probably a percentage of a revenue for those lost few hours. And remember that WhatsApp is currently at the moment in this year the most popular global mobile messenger in terms of monthly active users. There is no other platform that's got more users. And in data that was shared recently shows that 2 billion users are using the app each month, spending an average of around 18.6 hours per month on the app. And then since 2014, I just want to throw the stat in as well, it has been downloaded almost 6 billion times, despite the privacy issue that we had, I think, last year sometime.
The reach is absolutely incredible. Of course, the one thing that users want to know is, when can we expect or even anticipate an outage of this nature, especially if we're not being given full reasons for why it occurred in the first place?
Yeah, look, I mean, unfortunately enough, when the outage did occur early this morning, I have the opportunity of being, on the list of the Meta head office here in Johannesburg. And as soon as I realized that the service was down, I had to resort to the old method of sending a text message to the PR company to get a response from Meta and from WhatsApp. And that was like excruciating, because typing a text message, I don't know if anybody actually uses that. But they were quite quick in responding. And there's a lady that we deal with, a very nice lady at Meta, Itu Maleng, and she responded quickly, giving us the quote and the comment from the Meta spokesperson. And then I also asked them to keep us in the loop with regards to when the services will be restored. And it wasn't long after that, I think about half an hour, 45 minutes, when services slowly started returning, with video calls and with WhatsApps and videos being sent. But nonetheless, quite excruciating for those that use the services, especially businesses.
All right, Faizel Patel, let's leave it there for tonight.